Dr. Terence Drew, Prime Minister of St. Kitts and Nevis and the Minister of Finance, disclosed several new initiatives when he presented the 2024 budget address in the National Assembly sitting of 13 December 2023, as many also awaited information on an end-of-year extra payment. The Minister of Finance, toward the end of his 5 hours and 24 minutes address, announced an end-of-year bonus for civil servants and other workers. In essence, the bonus equates to a half a salary. This is how the Minister of Finance explained it in Parliament.
But we don't want to just leave the bonus, of course, at this time when the economy has not fully recovered, to just the civil servants. We also want to give a bonus to those who are not in the civil service. Our workers who contribute, who work, and because we know that the economy is not fully recovered, we are going to give them a bonus as well. And so, how we calculated it for our civil servants, we wanted to give an increase which will see that accumulation over time when you calculate it. And presently, for the Christmas, Madam Speaker, we also want to give them that other half of the contribution. So they will get a bonus and an increase. And to say that this is a Christmas bonus, Madam Speaker, and this bonus will be paid on the 21st day of December 2022. 2023, sorry. Yeah? Yeah. Right. So I would say that the workers, therefore, will get a bonus for the Christmas. So half of it is, of course, Christmas bonus will be, one, they have gotten the increased, and then secondly, they will get a 50% at this time on the next paycheck.
As of January 2024, the Finance Minister indicated that civil servants also will receive an 8% salary increase. Glenn Bart reporting for SK Newsline.
Minimum wage earners in St. Kitts and Nevis will benefit from a higher rate of pay in 2024. As Prime Minister and Minister of Finance, Dr. Terence Drew announced minimum wage increases starting from January 1, 2024. During the presentation of the 2024 budget address to the National Assembly on Wednesday, December 13th, the Prime Minister announced that as of January 1st, 2024, the minimum wage will move from $9 per hour or $360 per week to $10.75 per hour or $430 per week.
So I want to say, Madam Speaker, in this Honorable House and to the general public, that the National Minimum Wage Advisory Committee has completed its work, and the government has accepted the recommendations for the increase in the minimum wage in St. Kitts and Nevis. I said to our people who have been patient for almost 10 long years for the government to bring relief to their situation, we got you. That is what I want to say. Only a St. Kitts Nevis Labour Party administration can rise to the defense of the workers of this country. It is therefore with great pleasure that I announce that an increase in the minimum wage will be implemented effective 1st January 2024. It will be done in a phased approach. The hourly minimum wage will be increased from $9 per hour to $10.75 per hour effective 1st January 2024. Madam Speaker, our projections are the rate would then be increased to $12.50 per hour from 1st July 2025. The increase in hourly rate would result in a weekly rate of $430 from the 1st January 2024 from $360 and $500 per week from 1st July 2025.
The Chamber of Industry and Commerce provided its position on the minimum wage increase at its annual Christmas luncheon at the St. Kitts Marriott Resort on Wednesday. SK Newsline will provide a report on this in a subsequent broadcast. I'm Andre Huey for SKN Newsline.
From all of us at the St. Kitts Resort, a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Introducing St. Kitts and Nevis's newest TV channel, Television Caribbean, TVC Channel 40 on the cable's Ultra TV. TVC promises to deliver the finest in television broadcasting in St. Kitts and Nevis and the Caribbean, with some of the best local programs in news, sports, and entertainment. Join us for Insights, where we delve into the lives of our guests.
Let me see what happens if I put this to the
Or get in-depth analysis on Newsline 360. We have sports, entertainment, and inspiration. It's all here on TVC Channel 40 on the cable's Ultra TV, on TelTV Cable Network in St. Martin, and on our website www.tvcplus.live. TVC Channel 40. See the difference.
It's beautiful. He took one look at you and the angels started singing.
Another wonderful day.
What would you say about staying here for a few months or like a year, just so that we can be together again and just live and love and laugh and have fun and breathe?
Why are you hiding out on a little Caribbean island, singing in a beach bar?
When I came here, I was at peace, and I never left.
This is the beating heart of Nevis. This is what grounds me, what feeds my soul. It's where I found myself.
I hope your life here will be full of joy. Love this island, my son. She will give you more than you can imagine.
Get ready for a dazzling showcase of talent, intelligence, and beauty at the 41st edition of Aim Smith Miss Caribbean Talented Teen. Join us on December 30th, 2023 at 8 p.m. sharp at the St. Kitts Marriott Hotel. Experience the brilliance of delegates from the Caribbean nation, including Mr. Kyler Hart Johnson, representing St. Kitts and Nevis. Our special guest host, comedian Fat Man George from Grenada. Power Pack performances by Soca Super, Lucas H.E., along with other local and regional performers, accompanied by the Greenhouse Band. Get your tickets fast for $80 EC before December 25th, or pay $100 EC thereafter. Don't miss a chance to watch the show live on sknvibes.com. It's the 41st annual Haynes Smith Miss Caribbean Talented Teen, where stars are born. Special thanks to our major sponsors, First Federal Credit Union, SL Hosford and Company Limited, Open Interactive, and Timothy Beach Resort. Join us and be a part of this legacy.
Attorney General Garth Wilkin, in going into details on how the Integrity in Public Life Act works, disclosed that the law is far-reaching in what public officials are required to declare. Speaking on the first edition of Newsline 360, the news and current affairs weekly television program on the Federation's newest TV channel, TVC Channel 40, Mr. Wilkin provided some insights into what public officials are required to declare when filing to the Integrity Commission.
So it's a way for the Integrity Commission to observe your income changes, your asset changes, your liability changes, to determine if you are receiving bribes. So these apply to public officials.
Right.
So public officials who have influence, who can make certain decisions, you can determine by the change in your assets, your liabilities, etc., the cash you have in your safe, whether potential bribery has occurred. And then the Integrity Commission can launch an investigation. They can either bring you in to ask questions, or they can instruct the special prosecutor to investigate. So, for example, if something happened in the US, if somebody said, listen, I went to this senator's home, and I saw gold bricks, and I saw cash hanging out of jacket pockets, something is up. The Integrity Commissioner or the special prosecutor, or them combined, can then investigate, contact the police to get a search warrant. We believe this person has $100,000 in cash at home. However, their declaration said they only have $25,000. So that's how it works. It's a deterrent to public officials not to commit corrupt acts, not to take bribes, as well as it is an enforcement mechanism to actually investigate and prosecute if there is corruption that's discovered.
Mr. Wilkin addressed other issues in relation to the government's legislative agenda and provided an update on the marriage scams and hush puppy investigation. Newsline 360 airs on TVC Channel 40 on the cable's Ultra TV, Tuesdays at 8 p.m. with rebroadcasts at 10 a.m. and 6 p.m. on Wednesdays. The show will become available on demand on the TVC website, www.tvcplus.live, and will air also on the SKN Newsline and TVC Facebook page later this week. Andre Huey, SKN Newsline.
Television Caribbean, or TVC, launched its official TV programming in collaboration with Studio 327 and Channel 40 on the cable at an 11th December event streamed live. Television Caribbean is locally owned by Palm Branch Media, which also brings to the nation the popular news service SK Newsline. Speakers representing the cable, Studio 327 and TVC spoke of the confidence in programming that is to come and the opportunities to build exciting local television programming. Speaking at the launching ceremony were Bibiana Henry, Chief Commercial Officer at the cable, Ambassador Rosalind Hazel, and Andrew Huey, the Managing Director of TVC.
So we are here today after years of planning, developing, organizing, proud to be partnering with a like-minded visionary, Mr. Andre Huey, for the launch of a new local TV channel, TVC, available on Channel 40. We want the world to see the great talent we have here, and we want that great talent to be paid handsomely.
The TVC channel launch is a gateway, an avenue that extends and transcends entertainment. It is a platform that heralds a new chapter of our local storytellers, filmmakers, and artists. This empowers them to unveil their narratives, showcasing their artistry, not just within our shores, but to audiences beyond.
We have some really great shows that we're working on that we want to share with you, our viewers, and we want you to be part of what we're doing. And as Ambassador before me spoke about the partnership with Studio 327, that is very crucial to what we want to achieve together here in St. Kitts and Nevis. We both have a vision of wanting to see an improvement in the television landscape in St. Kitts and Nevis. We have the talent. The talent is here. It's not for a lack of talent. It's just for the opportunity for that talent to be exposed to St. Kitts and Nevis and to the wider world. And that is what we hope to do at TVC in partnership with Studio 327. A big round of applause to Gardenia Richardson and her team here at Studio 327 for partnering with us on this journey.
In addition, Television Caribbean can be viewed at tvcplus.live and in St. Martin on Tel TV. The exciting new operations of Television Caribbean were administered blessings by Bishop Cyprian Williams. Glenn Bart reporting for SK Newsline. One of the wins coming out of this year's climate change conference called COP28 was the operationalization of the loss and damage fund, said St. Kitts and Nevis' Prime Minister Dr. Terence Drew, but he pointed out also that the country had the opportunity by being at the conference to explore investment and collaborative ventures. Speaking at a recent post-COP28 press conference following his return to the Federation, Dr. Drew expressed the view that the delegation's strategy of a sizable team allowed multiple negotiations on various fronts.
The side meetings that we had, St. Kitts and Nevis did extremely well. The minister can speak about the Green Climate Fund and how we are seeking to access that, and we have started to access it. And I'm hoping that based on who were at the table, that will become even easier and simpler. But we were able to do a lot of things for St. Kitts and Nevis because of who were there. Geothermal, for example, we got the pledge that the gap of the $20 million that I spoke about, or the Premier spoke about, we got the pledge that we will fill that. So that is a big advancement. I was able to negotiate other type of investments for St. Kitts and Nevis. The foreign minister is here. For example, a cardiac center for St. Kitts and Nevis, because we were at COP. So we had other opportunities to seek funding for our transition that was not directly related to the fund, but it gave us the opportunity because of the players who were there to actually help us to deal. We met with a number of companies who are interested in investing in renewable energy, who will be visiting St. Kitts over the next few months to look for the opportunities to invest. That too is part of accessing funding. It does not always have to come from a fund where people put money and you get it. Philanthropy, business, and government. So this COP offered multiple opportunities to access funding to help us in our transition. That is why we wanted a large delegation. So when I'm in one meeting, the foreign minister in one, the minister for energy in one, the minister for sustainability in one, the young people negotiating. That is what we went to do. That was our strategy, getting as much spaces as we can so that we can access from different avenues the resources we need, financial and otherwise, to help us in our transition, adaptation, and building resiliency. So I would say, for us, our strategy has worked thus far, and we expect to see the tangible results because of that.
During COP28 meetings, St. Kitts and Nevis pushed its sustainable island state agenda. Glenn Bart reporting for SK Newsline.
From all of us at the Mammoth St. Kitts Resort, a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Introducing St. Kitts and Nevis' newest TV channel, Television Caribbean, TVC Channel 40, on the cable's Ultra TV. TVC promises to deliver the finest in television broadcasting in St. Kitts and Nevis and the Caribbean, with some of the best local programs in news, sports, and entertainment. Join us for Insights, where we delve into the lives of our guests.
Let me see what happened if I put this big explosion. Like, okay, note to self, don't do that again.
Or get in-depth analysis on Newsline 360. We have sports, entertainment, and inspiration. It's all here on TVC Channel 40 on the cable's Ultra TV, on TelTV cable network in St. Martin, and on our website www.tvcplus.live. TVC Channel 40. See the difference.
It's beautiful. He took one look at you and the angels started singing.
Another wonderful day.
What would you say about staying here for a few months or like a year, just so that we can be together again and just live and love and laugh and have fun and breathe?
Why are you hiding out on a little Caribbean island, singing in a beach bar?
When I came here, I was at peace, and I never left.
This is the beating heart of Nevis. This is what grounds me, what feeds my soul. It's where I found myself.
I hope your life here will be full of joy. Love this island, my son. She will give you more than you can imagine.
Get ready for a dazzling showcase of talent, intelligence, and beauty at the 41st edition of Ain Smith Miss Caribbean Talented Teen. Join us on December 30th, 2023 at 8 p.m. sharp at the St. Kitts Marriott Hotel. Experience the brilliance of delegates from the Caribbean nation, including Mr. Kyler Hart Johnson, representing St. Kitts and Nevis. Our special guest host, comedian Fat Man George from Grenada. Power Pack performances by Soca Super, Lucas H.E., along with other local and regional performers, accompanied by the Greenhouse Band. Get your tickets fast for $80 EC before December 25th, or pay $100 EC thereafter. Don't miss the chance to watch the show live on sknvibes.com. It's the 41st annual Haynes Smith Miss Caribbean Talented Teen, where stars are born. Special thanks to our major sponsors, First Federal Credit Union, SL Hosford and Company Limited, Open Interactive, and Timothy Beach Resort. Join us and be a part of this legacy.
Prime Minister Philip J. Pierre has strongly criticized the recent suggestions made by opposition leader Alan Chasney at the United Workers' Party's November 30th protest rally about Haitians being proud of their heritage. In his speech, Chasney, drawing parallels to St. Lucia, seemed to have questioned the crowd on whether they thought Haitians could feel pride in their identity, given Haiti's recent political and economic struggles.
I am proud of my St. Lucian heritage. I'm proud every day to say I am from St. Lucia. But I think for many of us, when we see what is taking place in St. Lucia today, that we can see a time coming that we will not say to people that we are from St. Lucia. You think Haitians say they're from Haiti? No! They have something to say that. No. Is that what we want for St. Lucia?
Prime Minister Pierre this week condemned Chasney's remarks as sad, given Haiti's global significance, despite its current challenges stemming from complex internal and external factors. He highlighted Haiti's rich history and culture, emphasizing its pioneering role as the first independent black-led republic in the Western Hemisphere, established in 1804 after a successful slave revolution.
Haitians are some people, the most proud people. And that's why Haiti, because Haitians are too proud. Haitians are very proud. I mean, that was sad. You know, and these things are said, and the people get away with it. The first, you know, that is the sense of this guy's history. What that guy knows about our struggles. Haiti was the first black independent country in the hemisphere. They declared themselves free from slavery before anybody else. Before anybody in Europe had declared Haiti free. Haiti declares itself free. And this guy is saying that people are not proud of their Haitians. Haitians' pride is at a point that is never, I mean, that's why Haitians object to foreign interference. That's Haitians. So for a gentleman to make a point that people are shamefully from Haiti is sad.
Pierre stated that rhetoric which perpetuates racial stereotypes about Haiti should be rejected, especially by political leaders in this day and age. Proponents argue that the international media should also end portrayals of Haiti using one-dimensional stereotypes and instead showcase its complexity as the first post-colonial independent black nation which inspired movements across the African diaspora.
And this statement should be rejected and condemned. And they may even sound racist. I know you will use that. You will use that against me. That statement that statement speaks to racism. The first independent black country in the world. You say these people are not proud to say they are from Haiti? And we accept that as a country? We accept it, you know. I mean, this is sad. It's pathetic. It's the same way we defend being products of somebody else's country. We defend that all the time, and we look for all kinds of stories about it. I mean, these things are almost heartbreaking. I'm ashamed of these statements. And I want to completely disassociate myself from that. Haitians are proud people.
Over the years, some observers have argued that the international community must also reckon with its own complicity in creating the conditions for political dysfunction and economic struggles in Haiti over the past 200 years through unjust foreign policies. They add that the political discourse should move towards nuance, accuracy, and solutions when discussing Haiti, its heritage, and its current challenges. Joachim Duplessis, HTS News Force.
Justice Minister Delroy Chuck has renewed calls for the Integrity Commission to submit its findings on the infamous illicit 6 individuals fingered in a report earlier this year. The matter came up at an Integrity Commission Oversight Committee meeting earlier today. Ramon Gordon tells us more.
Justice Minister Delroy Chuck is urging the Integrity Commission to promptly submit its findings on the infamous illicit 6 named in its annual report for 2022-2023. Back in July, the Commission revealed that 6 parliamentarians and 28 other public officials were being investigated for illicit enrichment. So far, none of the accused have been named, arrested, or charged. Minister Chuck says the delayed tabling of reports has instigated inappropriate speculation.
The sooner the better, because the impression has been given that we want to hold up reports. And quite frankly, I don't know why we would want to hold up reports.
Last November, Parliament received Integrity Commission reports identifying 4 Petrojam employees for failing to submit their statutory declarations. Rampant speculation persisted for weeks preceding the submission, fueled in part by contentious procedural changes proposed by House Speaker Juliet Holness. Chuck says the Integrity Commission has a fiduciary responsibility to undertake its duties efficiently. He is now urging the body to submit its reports on the infamous 6 presently to put undue suspicions to rest.
Reports, Chairman, just about not filing statutory declaration, to my mind, was like a squib. And I want to say, Chairman, we need to hear from the Integrity Commission, when are those reports? If the sole number of 6 and 28, whether those matters have been cleared up, and if they have not been cleared up, the Commission should report on them as soon as possible.
The minister was speaking Tuesday at an Integrity Commission Oversight Committee meeting. The committee today voted to accept the resolution recognizing the IC's report on the delinquent Petrojam employees. Ramon Gordon for CVM News.
The Israeli army says 10 more soldiers have been killed in the northern Gaza Strip. It says a commander is among those killed during the fighting on Tuesday. Israeli military saying 115 troops have now died since its ground operation against Hamas started on October 31st. Let's go live now to Alan Fisher in occupied East Jerusalem for us. Alan, what more are we hearing on the deaths of the Israeli soldiers?
That figure of 10 just been updated in the last hour by the Israeli army. We are told that this was an operation in one of the refugee camps in Shijaya in the northern part of the Gaza Strip. Soldiers were moving into a building which they described as swarming with, quotes, terrorists. And as they moved into the building, there was a big explosion. That obviously seriously injured a number of soldiers. A second group went in to rescue those who'd been caught up in that attack. And there was a second explosion. And incredibly, a third group went in to rescue the first 2 groups. And there was a third explosion. It's clear that this was an ambush that was well planned, meticulously carried out. And of course, we're now told that 9 soldiers died in that incident, as well as 1 other elsewhere in Gaza. Now, one of those who died was a colonel. He is the highest ranking soldier to die in the operation, and in fact this is the second largest loss that Israel has suffered in any one day in the war, in any one incident. 11 people were killed, 11 soldiers were killed in the early days of the war at the end of October when their armoured personnel carrier was struck by a missile. So this is a serious loss. Benny Gantz, who's one of the 3 members of the war cabinet, former defence minister, has said that at this time Israel is fighting its second war of independence and is taking a heavy, painful and difficult price, and said that every death of every soldier is a scar on the state of Israel.
There's also this report in the US media, Alan, of tunnels in Gaza being flushed out with seawater by Israel's army. What more are we hearing on that?
It's certainly been an idea that's been floated several times, as well as actually flooding the tunnels with some sort of gas as well. Joe Biden, the US president, was asked about it when he was at the White House on Tuesday. He said that he hadn't heard of that plan, particularly as it related to possible some of those who are being held captive in Gaza being in these tunnels. He said that he didn't know whether that was the case, that captives were being held in these tunnels. Of course, there's a deep concern that if they start flooding these tunnels with seawater, it will mix in with the groundwater in Gaza as well, and will essentially make any potable water that is accessible in Gaza through the ground almost unusable. So that's a big concern for the people in Gaza as well, at a time when they're struggling to find enough water to survive.
Alan, thank you. Alan Fisher in occupied East Jerusalem.
Vote counting began in Egypt on Tuesday evening after polls closed at 7 p.m. GMT. Some 67 million Egyptians were registered to cast a ballot in the presidential election. State newspaper Al Ahram reported that the National Elections Authority, which is responsible for organizing the poll, recorded the Sana Jamama from the Wafd and Hazem Omar from the Republican People's Party. Vote in Egypt started on Sunday, while Egyptian expatriates cast their ballot in early December. The cost of living is a top priority for many voters who've had their savings slashed in an economic crisis worsened by the devaluation of the official currency. Results of the presidential polls will be announced on Monday. A runoff is scheduled in January if no candidate secures more than 50% of the vote. However, observers expect Sisi to secure a third term.
The SKNFA Youth League continued last week into the weekend. On Saturday at the Atiba Harris Sporting Complex in St. Peters, Rams Village Superstars continued their dominance of the Atiba Harris Under-15 League with an 8-0 drubbing of Saddlers. Garth Newton, a player with Village, said after the match that his team is ready for the playoffs and have what it takes to win the division.
Played well, could have been better.
What area you think you could have done better?
Defensively, let him go through.
But you at least kept a clean sheet.
Yeah.
Now, for the next game, what areas do you think you need to work on to improve?
Keeping possession of the ball more often. In the playoff,
okay, you're ready in the playoff?
Yeah.
Okay, so good enough to win it? Mm-hmm. Why do you think so?
The national team, full of national players, that's me as well. Yeah.
In other Atiba Harris Under-15 League results, Dieppe Bay edged St. Paul's 2-1. St. Peter's edging St. Thomas Trinity Youths 2-1, and on Thursday, St. Thomas Trinity crushed Security Forces 10-0. In the SKNFA Premier Youth Cup Under-13 competition, St. Thomas Trinity Strikers defeated Security Forces 2-0. That match was played on Thursday. On Sunday, Bath United won by default over Spurs, who did not show up for their match. A similar result for Dieppe Bay over Molyneux. Molyneux not showing up for their match, Dieppe Bay winning by default. On Saturday, Connery Fireballs were defeated 3-1 by Saddlers. Rams Village Superstars got past Garden Hotspurs 3-0. Bath United and Molyneux drew 1-1. Keon Rockets getting the better of Jones Group Sandy Point FC with an 11-6 scoreline, and Deep Bay defeating St. Paul's 5-1. This week will see the final set of matches in the under-13 and under-15 leagues before the playoffs and finals begin next week.